If you thought that was chaotic, you haven't seen anything yet. Welcome to March. Happy March. So glad that you're here. New month means what? New music. And you know that. This month, I'm releasing a song called Good Problems. And I am not releasing it on my own because I am not the only one in the world with some good problems. Can I get an amen from the choir? I am releasing the song with a friend of mine named Justin Holmes. Now, Justin is really cool, awesome artist, awesome human being that I met during CMA week. I was invited by my buddy John Strandell to come and to sing a song that we wrote together called Demons Die Today. If you've noticed, there's been a little bit more country-leaning things that I've been doing recently because I'm what you might call a chocolate cowboy. Being that as it may, we wrote the song called Demons Die Today, and it made sense for John, who was invited to do some songs during the showcase, to bring in Demons Die Today. It was really cool. And so the slot that John was doing that he invited me to was at 10 or 11 p.m. Now, that sounds like whatever, off the cuff. But here's the deal. As many of you know, I am a father. I have a whole bushel of children. My 10 to 11 slot was fine because one of the things I love doing, putting my kids to bed. So I got to have dinner with my family, play games with my kids, sing them songs, put them to bed, tuck them in. Great. Spend a little bit of time with my wife, and then go downtown, which at night is a whole situation. Point is, go downtown, do the song right around. Another thing I love to do is help my kids in the morning. So I'm usually the one that's combing hair and brushing teeth and helping them with getting their clothes on and all those things. So again, a 10 to 11 slot, it's great on the front end because I can put my kids to bed, which I love to do. It's a little harder on the back end because you got to wake up early. They don't care what time you went to bed. I went to bed at like 1 or 2, and they're like, it doesn't matter, it's 6:30, time to get up. But it's a good problem. I would not complain, and I am not complaining. I hope you don't hear this as a complaint. I love my kids, and I would not trade them for anything. So, point is, at the song right around, we're playing the songs. La, 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 la. After us was a guy named Justin Holmes, and immediately as Justin Holmes started singing, I was like shook. I was like, this dude is sick. His voice is awesome, but also I believe everything he's singing about. Like there was an authenticity to him. So after the whole song right around was over and people are mingling, I went up to Justin and I was like, hey dude, I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am, but you're awesome, and one day we're gonna do something together. And that one day happened to be not today, but this month. To month, March 6th. Good Problems is coming out, and it's featuring my friend Justin Holmes. Wait till you hear me and Justin's voices combined together. It's amazing, and in fact, I'm going to give you a little taste of it right now in our freeze frame feature. So here we are in front of the Slytherin. I'm gonna do a little freeze frame feature for you to hear the chorus of Good Problems. And there you go. There's your freeze frame feature. If you like that, you're gonna love the entire song. Most of you might use Apple Music or Spotify, and then a small group of you might use Deezer or Tidal, and then an even smaller group of you might use SoundCloud. SoundCloud listeners, you can't do any pre-saving there. It's just not how it works. But all the other little digital streaming platforms you can go run to, you can pause the video, go run there, and pre-save it. Why does it matter if you pre-save? Why does it matter if you pre-order? I'll tell you why. Because it tells the digital streaming platform, there's a lot of attention going towards this TEMITOPE guy. And we thought he was crazy, but people seem to like him. We should push this song to more people, which would help, because I hope that my songs fill you with joy and remind you of just how beautiful it is to be alive and how beautiful it is to be part of this beautiful world that God's created. If that's what you want to do, you want to participate in the mission, causing some holy disruption, then pre-saving and pre-adding is a great free way, might I add, to do it. Similarly, there's 3 things I always ask you to do. T-Rex, right? Anyway, 3 things is to share, like that. When you share, you have the pre-save and the pre-add, it really helps. It helps bring attention to me on the digital streaming platforms, which y'all do an awesome job of already. The second thing you could always do is engage. When you see my content going out online on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Who still uses Facebook? But the point is, when you see my content go out, anytime you engage with it, when you share it, when you comment, when you put it on your stories, when you even text it to somebody, all of that helps those platforms to go, people really think this TEMITOPE guy is entertaining. Let's push him out to more people. And hopefully that creates more laughter and joy and hope and all the things I hope that my music brings. I hope that my social media content in general does that and brings more awareness to what we're trying to do. And the third thing is prayer. You know that the TEMITOPE train moves along by prayer. It's the fuel to the engine. And so please continue to pray. Thank you for praying. You're keeping us going. You're keeping us going, and I really appreciate it. You know what's not keeping us going is the heat of this place. We need to be by some water. You see, I'm even slurring my words. Let's get ourselves by some water, huh? Every month, I share a story from one of you troublemakers. A troublemaker tale. A troublemaker tale, and one day we will get it right. And this month is no different. This month we have a troublemaker tale from somebody named Travis. He said, "Bro, Pharisee in me is fire emoji." Ben will put a fire emoji on the screen so you can see it. Fire emoji. Keep doing what you are doing. I spent so many years pointing out the Pharisees around me until I came to a place of brokenness in myself. And I saw the Pharisee in myself and how I thought I was perfect and better than others. The awareness of the Pharisee in me keeps me humble and seeing others through the eyes of love. I don't do it perfectly and have to keep my heart in check, but it has allowed so much deeper friendships and more awareness of my neediness of the Lord and a deeper, sweeter relationship with Jesus. Much love, brother, and God bless. Travis, I see you, man. Thank you for sending in that troublemaker tale. It encourages not just me, I think it encourages our entire community of troublemakers. Pharisee in Me was a song I wrote literally about myself. It was like a mirror song. I was like, look at all the ugliness in your heart, you crazy boy. And now it's being used to encourage somebody like you to see what's going on in your own life. And that brings me a lot of hope. It keeps me going, keeps me creating music, knowing that the world is changing and people's hearts are changing and people are getting deeper relationships with Jesus because of these songs that he's putting on my heart to write. So thank you for sending those in, Travis, and to the rest of you that are sending them in and will continue to, thank you for doing that. And to the geese behind me, y'all need Jesus. Let's get out of here. Forest Story and Good Problems have a through line to me. A 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 11 says this: "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." And at first glance, it's a pretty simple verse. I mean, I've heard it a lot. I'm sure some of you have heard it a lot. But the reminder for us in this verse is that our words carry weight, or as I tell my kids, words create worlds. When I wrote Pharisee in Me, I wasn't really thinking about, to be honest, I wasn't really thinking about other people. It was this private song of confession. But as I've released it and as I've heard stories like Forrest, I've recognized how me being honest about my journey with the Lord, about breaking down some pharisaical thoughts and spirits in me, so that I might be of better service to his kingdom and show his love better to the people around me. Me putting that into words and putting that out there has helped to encourage other people to do the same thing. In a similar way, Good Problems. When I sent Justin that song, I was like, hey, would you be down to sing on this? He's like, I resonate with this. I resonate with this as a father and as a dad and as a human being, to recognize that there are things in my life that I see as problems, but when I reframe them, I recognize that these are actually blessings from God. And instead of complaining about these things, complaining about the stepping on the Legos and the more dishes in the sink and the more laundry to do and the places I gotta run to get my kids to different places, I have less time for myself because I have more time spent with my family. All of these things that can, if we're honest, sometimes feel like problems and feel like a lot. Those things end up really they're really blessings, and when we reframe and when we relook at them and we look at them with new eyes, when we look at them from a heavenly perspective, we can see that they're blessings. And when we share that and we put it out there, it helps other people to also see it as blessings. So, man, I hope that this song, Good Problems, does that for you. The world has enough problems, if we're honest, right? The world has enough problems of its own. There's no shortage of things to complain about. There's no shortage of things to get down about. But when we choose to see our problems as blessings, it changes the atmosphere and it changes us from being cynical people to thankful people. So that's all I got for you this month. I hope that you enjoy good problems. I hope that you would share it with people that are around you. And let's cause some trouble, you know? The world tells us there's lots of things that we need to be down about, but we can choose to be on the up and up and up and up and up, you know what I'm saying? We can choose to create some holy trouble by being thankful. God bless you. Peace out.